What's up? Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are at. Maybe good morning. I don't know. Some of our viewers on the other side of the world, perhaps. It's time to get into another mock draft. Mock draft's becoming more and more important right now as we get closer and closer to fantasy football season. So it looks like we got some new faces. Katie, I think he's in the Discord, which, by the way, Keith, which, by the way, if you're not in the Discord, you need to get in the Discord. We have awesome discussion in there every day about all kinds of stuff that will help you in your fantasy football leagues this year. I'm going to post it in the comments. What's up, guys?
What's up?
I'm going to pin this. Pin it. There we go. Keith, have you been on with us before? I feel like you've been on once before.
Yeah, I was. Whatchamacallit? Was on the draft a few weeks back. Nate invited me. I was pretty much joining in only through Zoom that week.
That's right. Nate's friend with the like, do you do voice acting or like any radio voice commercials or anything?
I have dabbled in that, but haven't exactly made a career out of that. Unfortunately, sales is a little too up my alley.
Well, that voice probably helps in sales too.
It does. It does. Absolutely does.
I'm sure I'm probably the 10,000th person that's commented on your voice.
10,000, maybe a little low, actually. Maybe a little low.
Yeah, probably actually. Probably everybody that you meet or that you ever talk to probably says something because
you got that right.
Definitely, you have it's a good voice though. It's not like an annoying, unique voice. It's like a very.
Hopefully, it doesn't put you to sleep.
No.
For the purposes of the draft, yes, it does.
All right, starting to fill up here. Where's Austin? Get Austin in here. Ignoring me all day on Discord. Where is he? Get on here, Austin. Pretending like he's not seeing me tagging him. Austin, why aren't you responding to my post in Discord? Trolling my team because he said my running back one was going to be Keyshawn Vaughn. Instead, my running back one is David Montgomery, and my flex is Deontay Johnson.
That league is unreal. But I'm going to make $5 off of it, so I guess I can't complain too much.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that because I'd be happy with Fitz as my QB too. I feel like he's got more upside than like Baker and Wentz. I mean, I know he has more risk, but at least he's gonna chuck it. And he's got the weapons this year. He's got weapons. Is everybody on? Is it? Yeah, Ale's on the thing here. Is Francis on? All right, looks like everybody's good. Looks like we're all ready. Wow. Oh, wait, is Arsenal on? Hold on.
He was. I thought I saw a green dot.
Was he?
Maybe. Well, he's also number 11, so I mean,
Yeah, but if I have to kick him, I can't kick him once the draft starts.
oh, that's right. I guess. So I've been doing a little more best ball, and my last two it put me in the middle, and I was like, oh man, this is gonna be hard. And then Saquon fell to me in the 8th, and then Elliott fell to me in the 7th, and I was like, all right, well maybe this will be easier than I thought.
No, that's the nice thing about best ball right now. I mean, dude, it was crazy. Like in the early drafts, I got Zeke at the turn sometimes. It was ridiculous. But now you get Barkley at like the 8, 9, 10. It's like, okay,
Yeah, I'm like, he's gonna miss what 1, 2 games, and I was just like,
but the thing is, like when you're in a 12-team best ball league, it doesn't make sense to like finishing. Like there's some leagues where they pay like first, second, and third, but second and third get like very little. Most of the money goes to first. It's like playing it safe and finishing 10th, 9th. It's no different than finishing dead last. So you might as well take Saquon Barkley at that spot where if he plays all 16 and is healthy, or even if he misses a game or two and then is healthy, can literally win it for you, right? People are like so scared. All right, something's up with Pierre's
audio.
He's back at that gym.
Well, this happened when we were recording. His phone was ooh.
You don't hear me?
Yeah, that's better. You're kind of quiet. It's kind of hard to hear you.
Yeah, your background noise sounds like a band's playing.
It is. It's the coffee house music.
Who do you want, Jeremy? Saquon or Zeke?
That is weird. I'd rather have Elliott.
Okay, I'm taking Zeke then.
I knew it. I knew it. Come on, Jeremy.
Nothing wrong with Saquon at the 6. Just take Saquon.
I know that's where I'm at. Like I was like, I should have said Saquon.
I would have taken that. Whatever you said, I would have taken that guy. I'm honestly okay with both. I technically have Saquon ranked ahead of Zeke, so.
I almost went Kelsey there. Like just to be like, meh. Man, camp news is ramping up.
Yeah, it's like every day, right?
Oh
You
man.
gotta like try to weed out like I'll tell you the one that concerns me is Jalen Waddle.
Oh, so he had an ankle injury and just got back, and then they piled on him apparently. And,
Yeah, but the nervous thing is he had surgery 9 months ago, and he's still struggling with it. That's what is making me a little nervous.
well, so was he struggling with it? And then they I guess he went out there to play, and someone they piled on his knee or something.
I don't know. I didn't hear the details. I just heard he like limped off.
Yeah.
But a lot of yeah. Wow. I mean, I almost feel like Pierre has to go RB here.
No, he can go. Eckler's fine. Is it?
Well, I know, but based on who's on the board, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, you almost have to go JT there.
He had to do that last week or last draft.
Yeah, when
which is crazy. You would think after Cam Akers being gone that he would have gone up higher. But
Well, yeah,
it
technically,
seems like ever since he got hurt, he's been going down.
if you just look at the running backs, he's higher, but it's these wide receivers are starting to go earlier now.
Yeah.
Because he's what? RB, what is that? 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. RB 10. Which I think is fair for him. I think that's right. Could he finish higher? Yes, but I I'd like him a lot better if Nyheim Hines wasn't there to catch 60 passes.
Or Marlon Mack coming back from his Achilles, coming
Yeah,
back stronger than ever.
yeah. That's what everybody's saying. Like, oh, we'll see how Cam Akers does this year, or I mean, how Marlon Mack does this year. No, I don't. I mean, yeah, is Marlon Mack going to get some carries? Sure, but he's not going to get like 10. And if he does, then JT is going to be a bust, 100%. Well, what concerns me more with JT as far as the ceiling goes is if Nyheim Hines is catching 50, 60 passes, that means JT's catching 30 at most. And it's just hard to have a massive ceiling unless he scores like a ton of touchdowns and runs for a ton of yards, which he can do.
Why am I drafting next to Chris again?
You picked it.
Did I?
Yeah. I'm always the first one in these because I had set him up. Like you literally, like you came in and said, oh, I'm going to take the 6. Wow. This is the opposite of that draft I'm in with these running backs. Keith, just a heads up before I make this pick. It's 2 running back, 3 wide receiver, 1 flex. Okay.
I remember this time.
Okay. Not that I don't like your 2 running back star. Those are 2 good running backs, but a lot of times people come in and they think it's like a 2-2-1 league. And
yeah, I made that mistake once. Won't be making it again.
What? Wow. Sleeper has really dropped Robert Woods' ADP.
You think so?
Yeah, he's down there. He's below Julio, Godwin, Cup, DJ Moore. He's usually ahead of those guys.
Did you guys see Rams had their first practice all together, and they were talking about how all the receivers and Stafford got together like a couple weeks ago and we're practicing together? Yeah, apparently Stafford put it together and got Van Jefferson, Woods, Cup, Sean Jackson all together, which I'm glad to see that their first interaction isn't now. So,
yeah, I think I'm really excited about that offense, that passing game. I think it's going to be one of the best. McVay, I read some article where I think it was at the draft, or well, it wasn't at the draft because obviously they weren't. I don't know where it was, but McVay and Shanahan were there, and it was after the trade, and McVay was like rubbing it in Shanahan's face that he got Stafford.
Yeah.
Like McVay wanted Stafford. This is like I think he's going to have a huge year, Stafford. I think they're going to lean on him a lot, especially now. I mean, you got Henderson and a bunch of, 7th round undrafted free agents behind him. I think he's going to throw the ball 35 plus times a game.
Yeah. And I saw Shanahan and McVay were talking in like a podcast like a week or 2 ago. And Shanahan said he was like, I was pissed that you guys got him. Cause he's like, I heard he might be available, and I started just cramming tape to see if we wanted to do it. And he's like, and I knew we had to go after him. He's like, I thought they said he was like he was talking to someone on staff, and they were like, well, it just like the news just broke, like go take, like they were like on vacation because I think they said they were at the same place
That's what,
or they were in the
that's
same
what it
area
was. Yeah, that's what it
that
was.
Nick Stafford was, but at like a different hotel or something. And they're like, well, it's not, nothing's gonna happen. It just broke. Go have your date night, and we'll revisit this in the morning. And then halfway through the night, the alert came out that Stafford was going to the Rams. He's like, I was so pissed off. I was like, that makes you feel a lot better.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna throw.
I would be concerned if they didn't have two receivers that lead the league in separation. Like if they had just like one good receiver, I might be a little worried, but they have three with Deshaun Jackson as long as he's healthy. So
Do you think Stafford will throw it just as much as Big Ben did last year?
I don't know about
for
that.
sure. I think
I mean, the Steelers. What
I was just
Did-
trying to
did he
gauge
throw
where
for,
you
like-
said you
I think
they'll
I think
pass it a
thir-
lot.
I think
throw for, like,
30
500
I think
yards
35 I think 35 per game will be like his average. Will he have some weeks where he throws it 40 plus? Of course. Will he have some weeks where he might only throw it like 28, 27 because they're up like 3 scores in the third quarter and they just like say, okay, whatever.
What
And
is Longwang doing?
I don't know. Long Wing thinking we're playing in a touchdown only league.
You must be in your league.
I think he's in my Superflex league. What wide receivers are still here?
not much.
No, not much.
Oh, your boy Kenny Galladay, Chris.
That's another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have fun with that next group.
I almost feel. Yeah. Do I have to go running back here? I feel like the ADP like moved around.
They did update it some.
So you go
Certainly
Kyle
not
Pitt.
Michael Thomas.
Definitely not taking Michael Thomas. All right, I believe in this guy. Let's go.
No.
I was going to say, Chris, he's right
Oh,
there.
nobody make it around.
Oh, hell no.
Ooh.
Oh, that was who I was looking.
I had to, he was definitely the wide receiver. If I was going there, I just had to check the running backs and the tight ends real quick to make sure something crazy didn't happen. But like Kittle at the 312, how does Kittle fall to the 312?
So I love that all I heard out of Philly's camp today was about a 40-yard bomb touchdown that Hurts threw to Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
But the report specifically said that was the only touchdown he threw in training camp. So I was like, why is everyone excited about this? It's one touchdown.
It's fine. You probably know he played like one series. Training camp.
And then I'm hearing about all these other people like what is it? Like Patriots Cam had a couple, Jones had a couple, like everywhere else I was hearing about a couple, and then all of a sudden the Eagles thing was like, oh, Hurts threw a 40-yard bomb. So I was like, I'm not impressed here.
And then you got the Jets finally announcing that they're finalizing.
Oh, yeah, that
finalizing
was
their
weird.
contract.
With Zach Wilson.
Yeah, it's crazy though. It's like I thought it was like a $40 million contract, fully guaranteed for 4 years with a $22 million signing bonus.
Wow.
I'm like, so there's no.
Jimmy's really takes or something else.
I'm like, so there's no like incentives or anything, like just flat guaranteed.
I mean, it's the Jets. They couldn't even get their rookie quarterback signed by training camp. Their number 2 pick, their future. They couldn't even get him signed by the start of training camp. I'm impressed they got him signed this quickly. At least he only is going to miss 1 week of camp.
Funny thing is, I visit Philly a bunch. I have family from there, so.
I'm sure Philly's a great city. I'm just mean you hate the Eagles as
more. I used to not hate the Eagles. Like I liked Wentz. I liked Nick Foles. I mean, even though we got them, I never hated the Eagles until now. So.
I'm gonna regret this pick, but I have to make it.
Is it a running back?
Yeah, I have to take him
here. Yeah, I almost took.
Because what's gonna happen is at the 6, I'm gonna be like, oh look, I could have gotten this guy.
Just worried about draft. Barkley missing. That's my only.
This is a tough draft.
Yep, just when you think you're figuring it out, you get 2 injuries in. Yeah, the whole draft changes.
Yeah.
Loving this chat.
Busted boom.
Where's Ben supposed to be going, anyways?
I haven't really heard anything.
What are we doing here? Lagoon took Debo.
Man, Pierre, I knew Hawkinson was going to make it back to me with you at the end, but I think you're taking him at the 5'10". We're driving that ADP up.
Pretty soon, Pierre's gonna be drafting Hawkinson over Kittle and Waller.
Yeah, the 5'10" does seem a little early, but
Where was he? Oh, he's looking down here.
Dude, Al's team is pretty good at the end. I'm not gonna lie.
Davis Gasket Hunt at the end. There they go.
What, Al?
Long way getting Michael Thomas.
So I just realized Longwing went to auto. He's got Juju. He's got Juju and Michael Thomas. Oh, jeez.
Well, to be fair, no matter how he drafts after this, I don't think his grade is going to get any better.
Juju is his 1. Michael Thomas as his 2. Hey.
No, Juju's is number 1. Michael Thomas is his number 1 IR slot.
Yeah. He technically does not have a number 2 yet. Not have a number 2 yet. Well, I was wrong about the running back, so I'm glad I got Swift. All right. I don't normally go. What we got here? So I would normally take Samuel here, but that groin is making me nervous.
Oh, my groin.
I know if I take Chenault, I'll get a way higher grade because all you guys think Chenault is like the second coming of Jerry Rice.
Not me.
All right, whatever. I'm just
But
gonna
I'll
go
tell you,
here.
if you don't take him, I will.
What's that? See, second coming of Jerry Rice.
Just the best available right now.
No, I don't dislike Chenault. I still worry that, could be Chark. Could even be Marvin Jones.
Old man Jones, I'm not sold on him.
And he's just one of those guys. He's old, but he's old, but he just gets it done. He's like that,
Yeah.
not exciting, but he just gets it done.
And they paid him.
Every time Nate posts something in news, I'm ready. I'm like terrified that it's going to be like, this guy's out for the season.
Did you guys see what happened to Travis Kelce?
Yeah, it's just back tightness or something.
Just back tight. Okay.
Yeah, it's just the beginning of training camp. It's like I just
saw that he left early.
Yeah,
I didn't know what happened
or something. Ooh, Corey Davis.
You think that was too high for him?
What's that?
You think that was too high for Corey Davis?
Yeah. I do like him, though. I do like him.
He's one of the last probably starting receivers.
Oh. Curtis Samuel. Brandon Cooks, DJ
Yeah, I was
Sharp.
gonna say Brandon Cooks is one, but
Not if he gets traded to the Eagles. If Sean Watson does.
Well, I don't think Deshaun Watson is playing for Houston here, but I've asked this question and nobody's been okay. So Deshaun Watson would not stay home and get fined. Like he said, screw it, I'm going to show up at camp, not do anything. It's going to be all awkward, but at least I'll get paid. What happens if week 1 rolls around and they haven't traded him and he's not on the commissioner's exempt list or anything? Does he just stand on the sidelines? Because we know he's not going to hold out because he's obviously wants to get paid. Is he just going to sit there? Is he going to be over on the sidelines like, yeah, Tyrod Taylor with his 3rd interception of the day, and they're going to show Deshaun Watson just standing there and like, well, we know he's not coming in the game. So, like, what are they going to do?
it's gonna be awkward because they even said like, was it their thing for their training camp was that he was the fourth QB. Like he
Yeah, they're
didn't run with the
not
one.
going to play him, and he's not going to play.
Yeah,
So-
it's one of those weird where it's like, all right, well then what are they doing?
I really wish I took in Chenault now, even though I forgot Nick was behind me, and there's no way Curtis Samuel's making it back to me. Now I'm stuck with this.
Yeah, I didn't think you were gonna take a QB there. I thought you'd go receiver.
Yeah, that was a bad pick. I mean, it's 6'8". That's good for Josh Allen, but Jalen Waddle has a bad ankle. Will Fuller suspended, and he left with some kind of something or other. Landry's worthless. All right, well, screw it.
Andrew's gonna be
Probably early, but he's my favorite on the board right now.
Fant over Andrews, huh?
Yeah, I'm not high on Andrews this year.
yeah, I'll take Kyler Murray in the 7th all day.
Yeah, that's really good.
My thing with Mark Andrews is take his performance last year and add a bunch of receivers that they just added.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand why anyone thinks that he's going to get better this year.
I don't either. I think it's just he's just living off that
One year.
He was basically it was him and Marquise Brown. That was the only guys they threw to, right?
Right.
So, and even then, he's still only 50 catches last year, 59 catches or whatever it was. So, yeah, I don't see how he. Unless he gets 10 plus touchdowns.
I know you've talked about him before, but I'd rather take Robert Tonyan in the 10th than Mark Andrews in like the 6th.
Well, that I agree with.
Yeah, but would you rather have Mark Andrews in the 8th or Tunyon in the 10th?
Well, Mark Andrews in the 8th here is probably going to be okay. Whoever gets Mark Andrews here is probably going to be okay.
Yeah.
But normally, Mark Andrews is gone by now.
I think I would still take Tonyan.
Yeah,
Just because Tonyan just showed like he just like had a good year, but Mark Andrews had a good year like 2 years ago. This year he didn't really do much, and they added so much more on the receiving end. So I don't know. He's another one of those guys. I would just rather let someone else take the chance on him.
There he goes at the 8-2.
I'm surprised it wasn't sooner. I thought the very next guy would have picked him.
And
Speaking
he already had Kittle. Ale already had Kittle, so he didn't need him. Surprised Ale took Landry.
You want to take Will Fuller?
You know, I like Will Fuller, but God, this news that he like is out again, it's just like, gosh dang it, man.
Yeah, he's not on the PEDs anymore, so I'm not surprised.
You know, I got to start drafting Devontae Parker because he's literally going to be the only wide receiver. Like we talk about all off season, like man, like all these weapons for Tua, and it's just going to be Devontae Parker.
And
Mike
Gesicki at all?
No, Gesicki's good, but it's like Jalen Waddle's going to limp off the field every other game, and Will Fuller's going to pull a hamstring every week, and it's like he's just going to be throwing it it's going to be like exact same offense as last year. Sorry, Pierre. I'm upset about it because I have a lot of Tua and Will Fuller in my best ball drafts actually, and a decent amount of Waddle. AJ Dillon, Keith, you too.
Yeah, I'm happy with my 2 running backs. I figure the rest of my guys. All right.
I mean, I'm not happy at all on my team. So
Oh wait, why is Parker on the pup list?
Parker's on the pup list.
Yeah,
So
I
they
just saw
literally,
it.
so they're gonna have no. It's just gonna be Mike Gesicki. It does say he's on. Is he on pup for real?
Yeah.
I don't even like this. God dang it.
Oh, you were the only person. If you don't even like them, don't pick them.
Like him better. It's like when you're looking at a bunch of vegetables and you're like, okay, I'll just take the one I like. I don't like any of these, but I'll just take the one I dislike the least.
Good analogy.
Thank you. Ooh, Gronk that early. Wow. Clapping Cheek's about to take Moss here and just derail this whole team. That's pretty good. Oh, wow. I didn't know Russell Wilson was still on the board.
Russell Wilson
Yeah,
over
I
Jalen
was gonna
Hurts.
say, I was like, I thought he'd go
Quarterbacks
Russell
were
over
real
Rodgers,
late in this
but-
draft.
Russell Wilson at the 9-9? Dak Prescott at the 9-1? Wow, I really regret that Josh Allen pick.
Somebody believes in Jalen Hurts more than Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson?
That's Mikey.
Yeah, I've been converted
I've talked him up too
since
much.
Chris was talking him up.
I've talked him up too much. But I draft him over Aaron Rodgers, but not Russell Wilson.
Well, I wanted to try the Goddard Hurts stack, so
There you go.
especially after my last draft where I got roasted for picking Zach Ertz for fun in the very last round.
Who do I got here? Zeke, AJ Brown, Woods, Higgins, Swift, Allen, Fant, Gordon, Gage. It's not the worst team I've ever drafted, but it's certainly not my favorite. Ugh. I don't even know what to do with these last 3 picks. So just auto these last 3.
Not gonna lie, my littlest one heard that Hurts was drafted before Rodgers and Wilson and started crying.
Why does it say I have 2 out of 2 running backs when I have 3 out of 2? Are they not count? They don't count DeAndre Swift as a running back either. There's Moss. Way to shoot for the fences, Ale.
Yes, sir.
Way to shoot for that 10-point fence. 10-point fence right there. Between him and Landry. I do like Aguilar a lot, though. I actually thought about Aguilar over Gage.
Well, then you should have took Aguilar and let me have Gage.
I know I should have went Boyd instead of Hunt. I would like my team much more.
If you did what?
If I did Boyd instead of Hunt, I'll start Michael Carter. I don't care. I'll just start Michael Carter as my RB2. Rock with it.
Yeah.
According to the fantasy counselor, workhorse right there. So
Can't even get my handcuffs anymore.
that was funny, Chris, when Pierre put his Brass Bowl draft results and you're like James Robinson at the 2-4.
That's insane.
Is that the fantasy counselor?
Like, where have you been? Like, did you just wake up and you're like, okay, I got a draft. Okay. Like you've been asleep all off season. You haven't.
He was in a coma.
Yeah, you went to sleep after the Super Bowl and you just woke up. You're like, oh crap, I got a draft. And then you're like, oh my God, James Robinson at the 2-4. That's a good pick, Traquan Smith. I always forget about him. That's a good pick.
Thank you.
Might have to pause it.
Way over the top. Oh, I'm sure he said a Q.
Oh.
Yeah, because it still shows him online. And Nick's pretty good about
Ryan's bothered by hip.
I can't even get Philip Lindsay anymore. Really? Heck, I'm not talking about anybody anymore. On the videos, it's going to be Pierre. He's going to ask me a question, and I'm just going to sit there in silence.
Be like no comment.
Yeah.
Maybe this
There's a
is
lot of
why
blinking.
I think I just figured out something huge. This is why all these other guys have these insane draft ADP values for these guys. So that everyone's, oh yeah, this is it. And then they come in all these leagues and snipe everyone for players they really want.
Could he might be on pup, but I mean, he's gonna be okay, right? Like in the 11th round. Like, did he break something? I didn't hear about it.
Say, we love the Jags. Whoa.
That's it.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. All right. Money here. TI.
Robert Tunyon.
Mhm. Lynn Bowden, there it is. Hey, we saw it last year. He might be the only receiver left come week 1. Wow, and there we go. There's clapping cheeks from the good old days. Ben Jarvis, Green, Ellis.
Yeah, but I was going for Sanders.
I was happy he was still there. I think Sanders is gonna have a good year. Randall Cobb. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Going back to Green Bay.
Oh, jeez. Another good pick. I don't know if he needs to go this early in a draft, but I do like him. I think he's sneaky.
Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah.
I figured I already had Sermon, so might as well double down on the rookies and see what
You don't think
happens.
when Wilson comes back, he works his way back up?
That's this thing. Wilson's going to miss, what, a month? Over a month of the season? I mean, you're going to
I
have.
thought this was going to be done the year.
No, it was like, I think it was like a month or more of the season. And then,
Yeah, I thought it was 6 weeks. Like,
okay, 6 weeks. He's going to miss the first 6 weeks. You got Trey Sermon, who ran like a 4.6 something or other, who will probably be like the Tevin Coleman back. Then you got Mostert, who will probably do his thing. But after those two guys, you got Wayne Gallman and then Elijah Mitchell. He's just one. Mostert's over 30 years old. He's a special teamer who became a running back like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, right? So I think Mitchell can find a role. But he's going to need some help, of course. All right, but anyways, who wants to grade this?
I don't know when the last time was I heard you grade, Chris.
I graded pretty recently, actually.
I must have missed it.
well, why don't you grade this one, and I'll grade the next one that I'm on.
All right, I'll grade this one since nobody's jumping. All right, Nick, I'm guessing crush this draft because. All right, here we go. McCaffrey, McLaurin, Lamb, Ayuk, Chase, Jacobs, Samuel, Drake, Prescott. How is Prescott at the 8-9 turn? What are we doing here, people?
Because he's hurt. He's already hurt again.
Okay, the guy can literally show up week 1 with no practice and he'll be fine. I'm not worried about it.
You could show up week 1 in an NFL game.
Not me. I'm talking about Dak Prescott.
Not me.
No, I can show up week 1 and like get my head taken off. No, I'm talking about Dak Prescott, not me. I mean, this team's ridiculous. I even like Adam Troutman as his tight end. I don't love Jacobs, but at the 6'12", I can't get mad at that. I mean, Samuel, this is a good team. This is a 9, and that might be low. It's one of the best teams I've ever seen. Sorry, Austin, but that's an amazing team. All right, Mikey, Dalvin Cook, Allen Robinson, Evans, Galladay, Henderson, Davis, Sermon, Goddard, Hurts. I like that. I like those last 3 picks. Man. So you're looking at Davis, Sermon as your flex, maybe okay. I do like this team as well. I mean, you know how I feel about Galladay, but maybe he'll come through. Not as good as Nick's. That team's ridiculous. I'm gonna give this one an 8. It's a good team, but I think there's a couple holes there. But overall, good team. Should be a contender for sure.
Thanks.
Francis, Henry, Keenan, Waller, Devonta Smith, Odell, Sanders is a 6'10". I can't. That's ridiculous too. That's crazy. Chark, Fournette, Jones. Okay, you got the Tampa Bay backfield, so that's pretty nice since they're on your bench. Hopefully one of them takes control. Then you get up your handcuff. Okay, Tannehill's good. Cobb, I'm going to assume was just for fun. I hope. Henry Allen, Waller, that's great. Smith, Beckham. I mean, your wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, and flex is definitely going to be dicey. Not bad, but not as good as the first 2, 7-5. All right, Keith, Kamara Harris, good start. Cooper, Mahomes, Pitts. See, this is where it gets tough. when you go QB tight end like that, like what I did. Because now you're looking at Chenault, Cooks, Hardman, Smith, some combination of those, two of those. I do like the Traquan Smith pick a lot. And then you got the early RBs, so you felt like you could take a chance on Dylan. Yeah, this is that wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, and flex is going to be an issue for you because you really need 3 of Chenault, Cooks, Hardman, and Smith every week, unless
I think a matchup dependence.
you need
those guys, whoever has the best matchup.
Yeah, I hear you, but you need 3 of them, 3 of those 4. I don't know if you're going to get 3 of those 4 every week. But it's still you got Kamara and Harris, Cooper, Mahomes. That's those 4 guys right there can carry you. Also, this 7-5 on this one as well. I think you're right there around Francis's team. Let's get me Jeremy. I got hosed with that Barkley pick. Barkley, Jefferson, CEH, Lockett, Judy, Javonte. Okay. Kyler at the 7-6. That's incredible value. Not quite as incredible as Dak at the 9, but still very good. Williams, Moore, Jamal, Marvin Jones, Gesicki. Gesicki might be the wide receiver 1 now. Who knows? They might have to play him at wide receiver. Let's see. So you're going to be flexing Javonte, Mike Williams, Elijah Moore. Might be a little tough early in the year, especially if we believe the reports that, it's still early in camp, but allegedly Melvin Gordon is the clear number 1 at this point. That could definitely change, of course. Yeah, I don't think this is quite on the level of those first 2. It's not bad, but it's not quite on the level of those first 2, so also a 7-5 for me. All right, Vagoon. Adams. I love that somebody's willing to take Adams with the 7th pick again, like he was going all off season before this whole Aaron Rodgers drama. That makes me happy. Adams, Gibson, Julio, Carson. That's good. Debo. Okay, look, I like Antonio Brown. I think Antonio Brown's gonna have a nice season, but man, at the 6, seems early. Herbert's good. Fama Mostert, a Gronk, another one. I feel like that's kind of early. Ruggs, I like Penny, Madison. It's the last pick, whatever. Adams, Gibson, Jones, Carson. So, yeah, you're flexing Debo or Antonio Brown. I guess it's okay. Herbert. Yeah, this is another team. I don't think it's terrible, but I don't think it's just not quite on the level of the first one. So, also a 7-5. Austin, I'm guessing, drafted the greatest team in the history of any fantasy football league ever. History of mankind. Let's see if I concur. Aaron Jones, Calvin Ridley, Cooper Kupp. That's very nice. Montgomery, liking him there. I like Anderson, the player, but gosh dang, he's got Sam Darnold. That sucks. But I do like Claypool and Mooney. So if you think about it, you got Jones, Montgomery, Ridley, Kupp, Claypool, Mooney. That's pretty good. Damien Harris, whatever. Aaron Rodgers in the 9th. That's great. Edwards, Tunyon. I think it's still not as good as Knicks because that team to me is just insane. But I think it's up there with Mikey's, so you get an 8. It's a good team. All right, right? That's what I got. I did Nick at 9, Mikey at 8, and everybody else has been a 7-5, right?
Yep.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. So I think he's right there with Mikey. They're the 2 best teams so far behind Nick. All right, where are we at? Long Wang, who I think drafted most of his team, although probably not Trevor Lawrence with that last pick, but whatever. Chubb, Kelsey, Nixon, Dobbins, Juju, Michael Thomas. Do I need to keep going? Waddle, Pittman, Russell Wilson the 9th. That's awesome. So your wide receivers are Juju, Waddle, and Pittman. It's okay. You're going to definitely need Chubb, Mixon, and Dobbins to carry you. You got Kelsey, you got Russell. I just can't get behind Michael Thomas as your wide receiver 2/IR. This is a 7. Giving this one a 7. All right, Pierre, Eckler, Taylor, that's a good start. Godwin, Thielen, I don't even hate that. I mean, Hawkinson seems early. I'm sure one of these days you're going to pick him with like your number 2 pick or something, but I know you love him. Boyd, Lamar, that's great. Lamar in the 7th, that's good. Took Chase Edmonds over your boy Damian Harris and then complained that Austin took Damian Harris. I think I got to knock you down half a point just for that. Fuller, St. Brown, Gainwell, and then, of course, Bowden at the very end. Let's see. So Godwin, Thielen, Boyd, I think that's really good, actually. I like those 3 guys. I mean, I don't know if Godwin is your 1, but those are 3 solid guys. You got Eckler and JT, who could both be top 10 running back, so they can carry you. Lamar, Hawkinson. So now your flex is Edmonds, somebody between Edmonds, Fuller, St. Brown, Gainwell, and Bowden. That's going to be tough. I'm gonna lump this in with the 7-5 teams. It's not bad, but again, it's got a hole or 2, which is fine after the draft. All right, Arsenal, Hill, Hopkins, Johnson, Moore. That's good. That's very good. Wow, I'm not high on DJ Moore, but as your flex, that's pretty good. Davis, Etienne, Robinson. All right, well, you gotta hope one of Etienne or Robinson takes over the job. Otherwise, you have 2 kind of low-end RB2s. Andrews in the 8th. That I'm not even high on Andrews. That's great value. I like Connor, Gallup, Marshall, Stafford in the 12th. That's incredible. That's really good. Yeah, this is a very good team as well. Let's see. So you got, well, we know your wide receiver and flex is good. Of course, when you start that way, your RBs are going to be a little questionable, but they got potential. Again, not quite on the level of Nick, but I wonder, let me compare to Mikey here. Cook, Robinson, Evans, Galladay, Henderson. So you're a little better. You're obviously better at running back. He's better at wide receiver. Andrews, Goddard's probably pretty close. Yeah, I'm gonna put this is an 8 as well. I think these 3 teams, Arsenal, Austin, and Mikey, they're all pretty comparable as the next best teams. So good job, good team. All right, Diggs, DK, Kittle at the 312. How does that even happen? Crazy. Sutton, Gaskin, Hunt, Carter, Landry, yeah, Aguilar, Moss, Brady's good there. I like Jacoby Myers. I don't know. So you're wide receiver. So you're looking at, obviously you have the advantage at tight end with Kittle, but you're looking at Michael Carter as your flex, Landry, Aguilar. Maybe I should have given those other teams 8-5 and given Ale an 8 because he's not a 7-5 team. I think he's better than those teams. But I don't think he's quite on the level of the others. So the teams I gave an 8, you got an 8-5, and Ale gets an 8. Because I definitely think Nick's team is, I don't even know how that team's possible. And then Mikey, Austin, Arsenal, I think the next 3 best. Ale right there, and then.
So what is it that you like about Nick's team? Like I get the first 3 that, and obviously I guess you're bigger on Ayuk than I am. Chase is a rookie who will be fighting for targets.
Yeah.
So is it just Samuel that does it for you?
It's the fact that he has McLaurin, Lamb, Ayuk, Chase, and Samuel, so he can mix and match if he needs to. He can play the flex. He got Jacobs as his RB2 in the 6th round. He got Dak, a top 5 QB in the 9th.
If he's healthy, yes.
I'm going to assume he's healthy. I'm going to obviously assume he's healthy. He's got Christian McCaffrey, which is like,
yeah,
right there. That's already an advantage. So when I look at like I'll compare him to Mikey just because he's right next to him. So yeah, McCaffrey over Cook, of course, but it's not. I mean, it's a decent difference, but it's not like a huge difference. But then you look at those wide receivers, like Mikey's got Robinson, Evans, Galladay, and then he's looking at Davis, Sermon as his flex guys, whereas Nick's got McLaurin, Lamb, and then 1 or 2 of Ayuk, Chase, and Samuel as his wide receiver and flex. And is Henderson, even though I like Henderson more than Jacobs, is Henderson going to be significantly better than Jacobs? I don't think so. I think he'll be better, but I don't know about significantly. So I think
Henderson gets some passing work over where Jacobs won't get any.
no, that's true, but I think Jacobs will get more carries. I think, like, again, I think I have Henderson ahead of Jacobs, but is it significant? Like, is Henderson going to outscore Jacobs like significantly? I don't think so. So that's why. Or like if I look at like Austin's team. So again, when we look at, so he's got Jones and Montgomery. So, definitely a better RB2, but McCaffrey versus Jones is a significant difference. Then he's looking at like Ridley Cup, Robbie Anderson, Claypool, Mooney. I don't think those receivers, even though I like Ridley and Cup a lot and I like Claypool and Mooney, I don't think they're quite on the level of Knicks. Now Arsenal might have him beat a receiver, but then he's got Davis Etienne and Robinson. I mean, don't hate it, but so I just think like look at like what is Nick's weakness other than Adam Troutman? His RB2 with Josh Jacobs, that's his weakest. That's his weakness. His flex, maybe.
Yeah, I just don't. Ayuk, Chase, and Samuel. Those three just together.
I mean,
like I get the McLaurin, get the Lamb. Ayuk, everyone knows how I feel. Chase is a rookie, and I just like he's a rookie that's got to beat out Boyd, Higgins. And isn't there another Higgins? Like, and those three did well last year.
There's only one Higgins. But again, even if Chase bombs, okay, he's got Samuel. So, obviously got to assume Samuel's healthy at this point. If we get
I'll give you the assume that Samuel's healthy.
Yeah, so that's just why. Like, and he's got the biggest advantage in fantasy football with Christian McCaffrey, and then we let him get Dak Prescott at the 9. So he's got a top 5 QB. He's got the number 1 fantasy player. He's got 2 top 15 wide receivers, 3 guys that probably are going to finish in the top 30 or more. Josh Jacobs is an RB2. Like, his team is really good.
I don't. Too, if Josh Jacobs gets hurt, he's got Kenyon Drake to step in and replace him, and becomes the RB2 right there. That's a hell of a combo.
Yeah, I just think that team. That's a really good team. I mean, it's probably not the best team we've ever seen, but it's a really good
team. When it was, when I'm like my score, when our other scores were 8 and his was 9, I didn't really agree with it. I still don't think his is better than my team necessarily, but like a 0.5 difference, like whatever. Like, that's just personal.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at like, okay,
it's no big deal. So.
I guess for me, it's like I like Ayuk a lot more than I like Galladay. That's the problem for me. But that's a matter of opinion because it's not like either one are sure things.
Yeah.
So I just personally like Ayuk a lot more than Galladay. So for me, I like that we
have different people grading every week, so you get a little bit of a different opinion on players. So,
and we're all gonna be.
So now you guys know if Chris is gonna draft, you gotta get Ayuk and Jalen Hurts.
No, it's just Curtis Samuel. That's all you need.
I'm actually not that. I think I'm not that high on Chase, honestly. But he grabbed Samuel in the 7th, so it's like, okay, if Chase isn't very good, it's fine. He's got Curtis Samuel.
Yeah.
So, but there's definitely some good teams tonight for sure. This was a tough draft. And I know my team was definitely not one of the best teams tonight. Like I did not have a good draft. So this was a tough draft.
Nobody scored yours.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Mine's like a 7.
Well, let's get into it real quick. I'll grade it real quick since I don't have the baby anymore.
All right, great.
So we got Elliott, Swift, Gordon, Murray. Not bad at running back, especially since you got Swift in the 5th. Are you believing the Gordon's going to be the number 1 coming out? Is that?
I think he's going to be the number 1 early. I don't know if he can hold on to it, but I figure in the 8th round, it's worth taking a chance that he can hold the rookie off. Maybe he can't, but.
And then you went Browns, Woods, and Higgins. Fine with that. And then Later on, you grabbed Gage.
I mean, you got to get your 10
19,
at Russell Gage.
and then Parker and Sanders. Yeah, it does seem like Sanders is heating up with camp, so I wouldn't be surprised if he goes earlier in drafts as it gets closer if he continues to do well. So yeah, so you'd be flexing Gage maybe or Gordon.
Oof.
Yeah, you have to flex.
That's why I didn't like this team, because when like I was talking about Keith's team, when you go QB tight end,
But I don't mind if you have one bad spot because you have the advantage at QB. You have Josh Allen, probably top 5 QB at least,
hopefully.
and then you have Fant, who's going to be reliable. Like he can beat out most tight ends every week. So, or at least keep up with maybe some of the bigger one, not the big 3, but I think he'll be able to keep up with Hawkinson, Andrews, Goddard, Gronk, Tunyon.
Yeah.
Beat some of these guys out actually. So I think you have an advantage in most every other position to where your flex spot, if that's the only spot we're worrying about, I don't think that's too bad. It's just like you always are. I feel like we were used to remember you saying, I don't care who my RB2 is as long as the rest of my team is stacked.
Okay. Well, hold on. Well, what's my grade? Go ahead.
I'll give you an 8.
Oh, wow. Seems very generous, but thank you.
I mean, the only problem is your flex, and like you're gonna address one. Your flex spot here isn't terrible right now, and you're probably gonna address that throughout the season. Like,
Yeah, we're only grading on the draft.
Yeah, but so Russell Gage is your flex.
Yeah.
The guy's going to be the number 2 target on his team. Yeah.
So, okay, well, I'll take it. I appreciate that. I think that was generous. So Austin is saying he'd like to appeal. He says there's no way you can say Nick's wide receiver group is better. Okay, Ridley Cup is better than McLaurin and Lamb, but I'm going to say Ayuk, Chase, and Samuel is better than Anderson, Claypool, and Mooney. Personally.
Wait. Ayuk, Chase, and Samuel is better than who?
Anderson, Claypool, and Mooney.
I'm going to agree with Clapping on this.
Okay. All right.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. And then he says his running back room is better, even though Nick has McCaffrey, Jacobs, Drake, and Hines, and he has Aaron Jones, Montgomery, and then Harris, Edwards, and Ben Jarvis Green also isn't even. I mean, maybe your wide receiver room, maybe your wide receivers are better or equal, but you're not your running backs. Come on. Okay, is Montgomery better than Jacobs? Sure, but he's got Christian McCaffrey. I like Aaron Jones, but he's got Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey is going to significantly outscore Aaron Jones on most weeks. Montgomery will probably outscore Josh Jacobs, but is he going to – unless David Montgomery is David Montgomery we saw over the last 7 games last year, is he going to significantly outscore Josh Jacobs every week? Significantly? I don't know about that. So maybe you can argue your wide receivers are better. He also has a better QB. Dak
versus Rodgers? That's close.
Dak was averaging 27 a game before he got hurt last year. And Aaron Rodgers had a career year.
Yes. I'll give you Aaron Rodgers had a career year, so he's going to come down a little bit. Dak, we don't know what he's going to do this year, and we can't just go off of his 6-game bias and say, oh, he's going to do that for the whole entire season.
And now, so Pierre is saying he got the tight end one and the QB one? Okay. Interesting. Got some interesting takes tonight. So pretty soon we're going to see Pierre taking Hawkinson in the first, apparently. He's now the tight end one. All right. Okay. Well, there we go. So apparently Austin Cheeks got it. Clapping Cheeks. Austin got a 10. Pierre got an 11. And Nick got a 7. There we go. Now everybody's happy.
No, I think Clappin had a good argument though. I mean, I think
I put him in. I said he was second to Nick. Like, geez, man, what does this guy like want?
He wants to be the greatest team every week.
He wants to have the greatest mock draft fantasy football teams ever. The greatest do not count teams ever.
That's the thing he's not getting. All of this doesn't matter because when it comes down to the actual draft, all of this strategy goes right out the window.
Well, then the irony, I don't know if you saw it in the Discord, he's like doing his best ball.
Yeah.
Oh man, you should have taken Aaron Jones. And now he's looking back, he's like, oh, this team would be so good if I just taken Aaron Jones. It's like, God, maybe you should just treat every draft like a mock draft.
That was good. That was a good one.
All right, guys. Good job as always.
Yeah.
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 Good
Well,
job,
it'll be
man.
interesting to see what happens when I know eventually we'll do a draft with you guys and see how we do during the season with that. And I do think these are important because they kind of just show who's high on what people and just why. And you get those opinions. But we also get to talk smack at the end of the year because when Hurts fails, I'm totally ripping Chris for the rest of the following year. And if Williams doesn't pay off, I'm not. The comment section in the Discord will probably just run a mile long and say, "You said this." Da, 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 da. So it's all about the smack talk later on. And when Pierre's Dolphins finish, midway through the year, and has no wide receiver core, we get to laugh at him.
Well, yeah, they might because they might not have any wide receivers. So, all right. Well, Keith, appreciate you jumping on as always. Come back anytime. Hopefully, we'll see you guys on Sunday for another one of these. And I'm sure Austin will draft the greatest draft stream we've ever seen up to that point.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a great night.
Good
See you,
night.
man.
All right, see ya.